Hello everyone, my name is MrNJersey and welcome to my channel. In this video we are back with version 1 content. Yes, we are going to be checking out the new handheld items in this video. We're going to be discovering all the different ones that we have, how to actually use them, and then actually we're going to test a few of them out here in the world of Stormworks. But before we get started, if you are enjoying these videos, don't forget that like and subscribe button, and remember to click the little bell icon to be notified of upcoming content as soon as it gets posted. And while you're watching, let me know your thoughts in the comments below and what else you'd like to see in any of my future videos. So that all said, let's get straight into it and get started with this video. So getting started, you can see we've got a bunch of new first-person equipment here in version 1, which is really exciting. I'm going to go through all of them and show you what they all can do here in Stormworks. Now we're going to start off with the very basic things, which is, of course, you can see that on your person itself. If you look down, you can actually see your body, which is cool now, and you actually have an inventory slot. So you have 4 secondary slots, 1 primary slot, and you also have the equipment that you're wearing. So this could be like a scuba outfit or firefighting equipment, could be anything. Now you'll see by default you always get a flashlight and you also get binoculars. You can get rid of them if you want to, simply obviously just walk up to any equipment slot and you can go and place them in there and you can get rid of them. That means you have no inventory anymore. Now let's actually start going through them and let's understand what they all can do here in game. Now of course the first thing we have is binoculars. Binoculars are really cool because you can imagine here, I want to see what is that. I can use binoculars and I can zoom right into that. So that's really quite nice. Let's get rid of that and let's try the night vision ones. Night vision ones, of course, as it says in the name, this is the night vision binocular. So you can see it's obviously going to illuminate as if it's a night vision binocular. So we're going to go and switch it to nighttime mode here. So let's go and put current mode night and let's go and zoom in. You can see now we can do really cool and actually see what's going on. So this is going to be extremely useful when you're out on your missions, maybe you're in your boat and you want to go and severe the area. We can obviously just go and turn night vision on and we can go and see everything around us. So that's really quite nice. Let's go and put the night vision back. We also have a compass. So you can see if you hold the compass up, actually you don't even need to hold it up, you can just have it in your inventory and it'll tell you the direction that you are pointing. Quite nice. We have an oxygen mask. This will allow us obviously to jump in water and still be able to breathe for a very short period of time. So let's go and jump under the water here. So you can see we are losing oxygen, we can left click and now we have oxygen back. So we are actually gaining oxygen. It doesn't last for that long, so just be wary of that. You can see at the bottom of the oxygen here in my inventory, that little green bar, it's actually depleting it. So let's go and put that back into an equipment slot here. Cool. What else we have? Flashlight. Obviously no more built-in flashlight to our player. We actually have to carry a flashlight and it works more or less the same as it used to do. You can turn it on and off, but you have to be holding it. So that is one thing to keep in mind. You have to be holding it to use the flashlight. I kind of like it because you can point it around. You can see how it's almost got that little bit of a delay to it, which is pretty cool. Let's go and turn that off. We have the radio. Yes, we have handheld radios now. Now they work pretty simple. Obviously left click to talk. You can go and change the frequency just by pressing B. So you can see I can switch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 channels, and then I can left click to transmit. Now the cool thing about this is it doesn't only activate the radio, but it activates your in-game microphone. So you don't have to press 2 keys at the same time, and you can hear it buzzes there when we go and talk. Really quite nice. I like that. What else do we have? Flares. Okay, so we've got handheld flares. Obviously we used to have the flare launcher, we still do, but now we have this where we can go and light it and throw it. So you can see there, we've gone and thrown it. We can do another one there and another one there, and you get 4 of those. Okay, so now we have the flares. Pretty straightforward. Nice little bit of smoke there. We have the flare gun and some ammo. So how this works is pretty much a flare gun, pretty straightforward. You can obviously right click, aim where you want to shoot and shoot. And there you go, you got your flare that goes and shoots out. And then to reload, you go over to your flare gun ammo, left click, it reloads the gun, and then you can fire it again. So you can see there I've gone and fired it, and I can obviously keep on reloading it and reloading it and reloading it as much as we need to. Another cool thing is with the flares is, of course, you can always go up to them and pick them up. So we can go and, for example, go and hide it over there if we want to, and we can pick up the other ones. So it is quite nice. I like that little feature. So the next thing we have is the radio signal locator. As it pretty much says in the name, it goes and detects any radio signals. So you can left click it to turn it on, and you can see we can go and move around here, and it will actually beep louder or softer, and more violently or more slower, depending on how close or how far we are to the actual radio signal. Now, this isn't as strong as a built-in one you would have on your vehicle, but it is really good. For example, if you've narrowed it down to a very small search area, let's imagine we've used our vehicle, we've gotten to the island here, and we've only been able to drive our boat up to the dock. Now we need to actually go and find the exact signal on this island. We could then use this detector to go around the island and go and try and find it. So that's pretty cool. Let's go and put that back. The next one, and probably my favorite here, is the equipment remote control. This is pretty much a remote control unit. The easiest way to explain it is as soon as you left click it and turn it on, you now in theory are sitting in a seat. So any of your controls, whether you're pressing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, WSAD, up, down, left, right, are all getting transmitted through this remote control connector, through a radio signal. Now you can actually change the frequency on them. So you can see if I turn it off, I can change the frequency, let's say frequency 5, and then I actually can't move once I've gone and used this. So you can see here, I can press my controls and it won't move, but it's sending all my controls out on composite radio. This is really cool. Imagine you have a crane at the back of your truck. You have, let's say, a fuel gantry at one of the harbors. You drive your ship up to it, you get the remote controller, you click it, you can then move your crane around. I think this is extremely cool. You can maybe create a drone with this. I think this remote controller is my favorite thing here. Cool, let's go on to some of the medical equipment. We have the deflip. So if you have any players that have been incapacitated, you can literally walk up to them, you can go and left click on them, and it obviously brings them back to life. It brings them back with a low amount of health, just be wary of that. So you will then need, of course, a first aid equipment. Now you can go and click on a person and try and heal him, or you can click on left click on yourself and you can actually heal yourself. And you can see on the right hand side there, my health just went up because I used this. So really quite cool. Let's get rid of that. The next thing we have is some strobe lights. So we have a pretty basic strobe light here where you can left click it and you can see it goes and flashes on and off. Really nice, especially for locating people if they have one of these strobe lights. And it also has a cool feature called Man Overboard Mode. Pretty much what this does is if you've got MOB enabled by pressing B, and if the actual strobe light gets submerged in water, the light automatically goes on and turns on by itself. So this is a really cool thing. So you can imagine here, I'm going in the water now, boom, light goes and turns on. And you can see as soon as we get out the water, it will turn itself off. So I like this Man Overboard feature. I think it's pretty cool. We can go and turn the Man Overboard feature off. And let's turn the strobe light off too. So yeah, that's really cool. Now there are two other kinds of strobe lights. We have an infrared one. Don't know why we would want to use an infrared one, but you do have one. And you also have a transponder. Now they also have the Man Overboard feature. This is really cool because can you imagine that if you've got this in your equipment slot and you fall over the water, anyone can find you using one of the radio detectors. So this is a cool one. I like that. Fire extinguisher, yes, of course. You can use a fire extinguisher and you can see we can go and spray things with it. We don't actually have a fire to put out, but yeah, it's pretty strong. Obviously not as strong as a water cannon, but really cool. I think this is going to be a favorite within all of your creations. I think everyone's going to put a fire extinguisher in pretty much every single one of their creations. So I think this is really cool. Really, really nice. I like that. Let's see, let's go and put it back. But one thing to note here, can you see how this is a main inventory slot? Because it's 3 blocks wide, we actually can't carry any other equipment. We can only carry this, and we actually have to put it back before we can pick up any other big equipment here. The next two things we have are the 2 welding torches. Now we have one underwater one, and we also have a normal welding torch. Normal welding torch, any block that's damaged, you can just walk up to it, you can turn the welding torch on, and it goes and repairs it. The same thing goes with underwater one. You can be underwater and then you can obviously use it to repair any blocks that you want to. Once again, the above water one won't work underwater and vice versa. The underwater one won't work above water. So just be wary of those two ones. You might need to have both of them on your creations if you are thinking of having welding torches there. Then we come down to the last 3 things, and this is probably the most useful things I can think of here, and I can see a lot of people getting very inventive with these 3 items. We have a rope, hoses, and the cables. obviously electrical cables, you can go and connect to a electrical cable here and you can actually see it. Look at that. Look at the physics on that. That is really cool. And you can obviously go and plug it into a vehicle or whatever it needs to be. Now there is no detach option here. The only way to detach it here would be to move your inventory slots. So if I go back, there we go, it's detached and I can actually store it. Same thing goes with the hose. Now a hose is really cool. The main thing that makes the hose cool, obviously you can transfer fluid, but you'll notice that you can actually go and toggle the hose end. So for example, imagine we have water in there with a pump. If we go and attach it, we can go and open it and start spraying water on a fire, meaning we have our own custom little length. This is awesome. I think this is such a cool feature. I really like this. And I can't wait to see what people are going to get done with that. Really nice. Another thing is we have ropes. Of course, ropes now handheld. You can actually see it here if we go and zoom out. You can see it on our person here, and we can go and attach it to a anchor. Now the nice thing about these, obviously you can do like mooring lines on your boats, you can do anything. But the major thing with all of these, whether it's a hose, electrical cable and a rope, is you can attach them to a winch. So these have a certain length to them, but as soon as you attach them to a winch, you now get the extra length of that winch. So for example, this is a medium winch. I think it has what, 20 or 16 meters to it? You now have extra 16 meters that you can go and pull in and pull out. Really cool. And you can see we can attach it here, and there we go, we've got a rope just like that. I love the physics on it. It looks really cool. I think they've done a really good job with that. So yeah, so if you want to detach it, you can obviously go and attach it here, switch your inventory and put it back. So that pretty much covers all the handheld items that we have here in version 1. Of course, I think they're really cool, and I'm going to be adding them to a lot of my creations. And I think that's a great place to end this video off with. As always, don't forget to follow my channel for any content covering version 1 update here in Stormworks. And as always, I hope you have enjoyed this and found it entertaining and informative as always. And we'll see you in the next one.